to the Investing Podcast, presented by Tusk Media. For a quick audio and video check-in on the stock market, here's the Stock Market Power Lunch.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome back to the Investing Podcast, presented by Tusk Media. It's no surprise there at all. It's Friday, June 17th, 2016, and the markets are continuing to bleed. They're going down, down, down. The Dow is down 52 basis points. S&P down 57 basis points. The NASDAQ down more than 1%, trailing all U.S. major equity indices. The Global Dow is actually up, and oil is up almost 3%. So in that regard, it's kind of a weird day for U.S. markets because the themes that have been driving U.S. markets for the last few months have been oil, in part, and global threats and kind of these issues like the Brexit, all these things that we've been talking about, Federal Reserve meetings, not just domestically, but also in places like Japan and all over. The global Dow is up, oil is up, but somehow major U.S. domestic equities, they're down. So not a good day for the markets. It's been a rough run really dating back into last week. So we're going to continue to watch how this develops, especially heading into the afternoon. We're coming up on a week out from the Brexit vote. This will be the last weekend before that. Sometimes you see people wanting to take money off the table, and that might be what we've seen the early part of today. Maybe some people saying, you know what, I want to limit some of my risks. I want to limit some of my exposure. I need to limit my tripping up on the tongue there. But some people may be taking some money off the table, and that may be why we're seeing the markets bleed down a little bit more. It'll be interesting to see if people see this as an opportunity to get some exposure late in the week if they're not too worried about the threats looming next week, or if more people continue to pile in and get out, and we may see this thing continue to trickle down. We'll keep an eye on that, and we're going to touch base in a little while, not with a normal investing happy hour, but we are going to have a special report for you guys. So we'll update you on the market at that time. Only stock we're really going to point to right now is Lumber Liquidators. Lumber Liquidators, you may recall, had the really, really damning television expose about the formaldehyde in their flooring, and they had their stock just plummet starting last spring. Went down more than 70%. It's up 20% today. Basically, there's not going to have to be a full recall on the flooring that was manufactured at the Chinese plant with unacceptable levels of dangerous formaldehyde. So, Lumber Liquidators finally, I guess, got some good news, up 20% today. So, solid lead there for them. We're going to be back in a little bit with a very special episode of Outsider Trading. It's going to be video and audio, and it's going to be called Great Brexpectations. That's right. I'm going to spend a little time catching you up on the market. Then we're going to bring in Austin Newsom, Narwhal's intern, John Holt, our Chief Compliance Officer, and Matt Krebsbach, our Portfolio Analyst. And we are going to talk about what we think will happen with the Brexit vote coming up on the 23rd. We'll talk about what we think will happen, what the outcomes will be, and we'll have a little bit of fun along the way. So hit subscribe so that you don't miss that. If you're on YouTube, you can also subscribe. Subscribe on our iTunes video podcast, our audio podcast. Like us, leave us 5-star reviews. We'll read them on the air. We'll talk to you guys soon. Have a great afternoon.
Tusk Media is a subsidiary of Narwhal Capital Management. Ratings and reviews of Tusk Media content are not to be construed as endorsements of opinions, analysis, or services offered by Tusk or its parent company. The opinions and predictions shared here are professional beliefs at the time of publication. We are not under duress from any of the corporate entities mentioned. This is not a solicitation to take any particular action. Although we are investment advisors, this information should not be considered investment, legal, or tax advice. We strive to be as impartial, insightful, and accurate as possible. We base our opinions, analysis, and calculations on information we believe to be reliable, but we cannot guarantee its accuracy. We can, however, guarantee that our opinions will sometimes be flat out wrong due to a variety of factors. Employees and clients of Narwhal Capital Management may or may not hold positions in the securities detailed and may or may not hold these positions in the future. A full list of all securities purchased, sold, or held during the 12 months preceding the date of this publication can be provided upon request. Unless otherwise noted, all data accessed via MarketWatch or the Bloomberg terminal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. A copy of Narwhal's Form ADV is available at the SEC's website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov, or from Narwhal upon written request.